A few things before we get into this bumpy story. No, I did not come from money. And 2, yes, it's all completely legal. And you're definitely going to want to watch this video the entire way through because it's not your typical rags to riches story. Oh, that's the intro. Hey guys, it's Mackenzie and I'm a 22-year-old e-commerce entrepreneur and I currently make 6 figures per month, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I've been able to achieve that. So let's go back to when I was a kid. So growing up I was always into entrepreneurship. I always loved making money, whether it be selling chewing gum, selling sweets in school, selling FIFA coins on Ultimate Team, or whether it was even reselling sneakers. I was always into how can I buy something and sell it for more expensive than what I bought it for. That was my passion and I always enjoyed it from a very young age, and I always knew that I was never going to go down the 9-to-5 route. However, my second hobby was sports. I was always into football and karate, and growing up I was always very good at whatever kind of sport I did, and I was also extremely talented at whatever I done. No matter if it was karate, if it was football, if it was running, whenever I did it, I always done it to a very high level. So I was a 16-time Scottish karate champion, I fought in multiple tournaments, European championships, became a black belt, all that type of thing. And the same is also true with football. I ended up getting picked up and played in a youth academy in Scotland where I was from, and inside a professional environment all the way through from the age of maybe 12 till I was 16, 17, where it eventually didn't work out and ended up getting released. So my dreams of making it as a professional footballer or going full time in karate, which isn't really a possibility because the money isn't there, I ended up having to go into the traditional 9-to-5. So in 2018 I got stuck in an apprenticeship, which is where I done joinery, and it was early mornings, it was late nights, it was terrible money, and that became my reality all the way from the day I left school until about a year and a bit later. Every day I would wake up inside of this 9-to-5, I knew I wanted out. I felt like the life was getting sucked out of me from the moment I woke up to the moment I finished. However, having my dreams of becoming a professional footballer demolished, I knew I had to stick at this job because I didn't have a backup option. So whilst I was in this position, I was constantly searching online ways to escape, how to make money online. How was I going to be able to make money without simply trading my life for it, which was essentially what I was doing. So after about 9 months in this job, I knew that I wanted out, and if I'm honest with myself, I only wanted 2 things: money and freedom. And like I say, I was searching this whole time, how was I going to be able to escape? And after weeks of searching what was the best business model to start online, I came across Shopify dropshipping. At the time, I had no idea if it was going to work out, but that thought of staying stuck, staying broke, and in the 9-to-5 scared the absolute life out of me. So as a result, I ended up giving it a shot, bought my Shopify subscription, and tested my first product. And so as you can see, this is my first invoice from Shopify all the way back in January 2019. And in the end, I tried it for 3 months, but I never even made a single sale. And looking back, this was because I had no direction, I had no money, I had no knowledge, and I thought that spam testing lots of cheap, crappy products online with long shipping times was the way to make sales and get rich overnight. However, I was wrong and very wrong. So I ended up leaving my job for a period of time, and during that period of time is where I just studied non-stop on how I would be able to make it with Shopify dropshipping. So I ended up getting myself another job, applied to university, and that's when I was going down the traditional 9-to-5 route. However, the whole time I knew deep down in my heart that that wasn't for me. I knew that I was worth more than that. I knew that my dreams and my goals were going to plan out. So that whole time I spent learning how was I going to escape. And this time I came with a whole new approach. And that approach, well, what happened, I hear you ask? Well, this time within 3 days of launching, I began making sales, and I began making just over £500 within the 3 days. And that's when I knew that this had potential. So I started doubling down on what was working, and the next month I managed to get into the thousands, and then the month after, well, I hit my first 10k month. And that was all the way back in 2019 after having no money, and within the span of 2 months making 5 figures in a single month. And that's when I realised that this works. This isn't just something that you hear people talk about online, and when you try it, it doesn't work. It actually worked, and I couldn't believe it. And eventually from that store, I scaled it up to 6 figures. After hitting 6 figures, I was on top of the world, and for the first time in my life, I finally had money that I would be able to spend. So I went out and I bought my dream car, I bought my first Rolex and I thought that I couldn't lose. Everything I would do would turn to gold. However, I was quickly humbled after my store that was printing me the money until then quickly came crashing down and the product sort of fizzled out. And that left me at the point where I needed to go again and I needed to prove that what I did the first time wasn't luck. After learning from what didn't work back in 2019 to what just worked there in 2021, I used that along with my new strategies to go again and test a new product. And as a result, that said product has allowed me to live my dream life here in Dubai and buy whatever I want, travel wherever I want, and also give back to my family. And so using the strategies that only the sort of true top dogs in the e-com space know, I've been able to replicate my success not once, not twice, but multiple times over. And that product, if we fast forward to today, is what's allowed me to live here in Dubai, even just getting a sale right there on the store. As you can see there, I've just been paid £44.50 while sitting chatting to you guys, just as more proof that this actually works. But now, buying whatever I want, travel wherever I want, and finally have that freedom that I wanted just when I was 16, 17, and I had the dream of finally making it here. I now run multiple successful dropshipping stores and make over 6 figures per month. So if we fast forward to the present day, I'm logged into one of my Shopify stores, and if I just refresh that for you guys, once that loads, as you can see, this store has done over £1.4 million in sales since starting it back in February 2022, which was shortly after my first product died out. But all that aside, I did one thing right, and that was I documented every step of the way. That includes all the many things I did wrong by trying to go at it alone, but all the many things that I did right, which has allowed me to scale to 7 figures and now live my dream life. However, I'll leave you with this. If I can do it, anyone can. I hated my job, I lived in constant stress and fear, and I've managed to get through it all. And now I fly first class, I travel the world, I buy whatever I want, and I'm able to give back to my family, all whilst enjoying life and from making multiple 6 figures from Shopify on my phone right here. So I hope this has inspired you guys and showed you that it really is possible. No matter what you see on the internet, even if you come from a background like myself, you can make it, provided that you stick at it and you put in the work. However, if you would like me to help you one-on-one and have me mentor you, then you can book in a call using the link in the description, and I'll hand over the process and the strategies that I use and that have allowed me to live my dream life. And I really hope this motivates you, and here's to the next chapter of your life. Peace.